Dr. David Foote, President of MTSU Chapter 246 of the Honor Society of Phi Kappa Phi. I'm pleased to welcome all of you here. We'd like to extend a special thanks to our academic deans for participating in tonight's ceremony. College of Basic and Applied Sciences, Dean Greg Van Patten. From the College of Behavioral and Health Sciences, Interim Dean Michael Hine. College of Business, Associate Dean Nita Brooks. College of Education, Dean Portia Cohn. From the College of Liberal Arts, Dean Leah Lyons. From the College of Media and Entertainment, Associate Dean Zenny Pinot. From the Honors College, Dean John Weil. From the Walker Library, Dean Kathleen Schmann. From University Studies, Chair Matthew Duncan. And from Graduate Studies, Dean David Butler. Today we celebrate excellence. We gather to initiate worthy individuals into the Honor Society of Phi Kappa Phi. These persons have been chosen on the basis of their superior scholarship. We are pleased and proud that each has chosen to become part of a century-old community of scholars and professionals that includes individuals who have distinguished themselves in positions of leadership and whose careers have been characterized by achievement. Our members include noted scholars, doctors, authors, musicians, artists, actors, heads of state, members of Congress, governors, ambassadors, journalists, business executives, astronauts, lawyers, and a United States Supreme Court justice. They have been recognized with Nobel Prizes, Pulitzer Prizes, Grammys, MacArthur Fellowships, and numerous other national and international awards for service and achievement. Phi Kappa Phi is proud to include among its membership thousands of people who, for more than a century, have sought to make a difference in the communities where they live and work. The Society's values are conveyed in its motto, "Let the love of learning rule humanity." Our mission also states clearly who we are and what we do. To recognize and promote academic excellence in all fields of higher education and to engage the community of scholars in service to others. Phi Kappa Phi's standards are second to none. We seek to reward excellence wherever it can be identified in any institution that has a chapter of the Society. By virtue of its interdisciplinary nature, Phi Kappa Phi elects its membership from all academic fields within the university. Today's guest speaker is Dr. John Weil, who is Professor of Political Science and Dean of the University Honors College. He is the author and editor of more than 50 books on the U.S. Constitution, the constitutional amending process, America's founding fathers, the U.S. Supreme Court, the Constitutional Convention of 1787, Great American Symbols, religion and politics, and other issues. He became a member of Phi Kappa Phi in 1995 and was the National Phi Kappa Phi Scholar from 2020 to 2022. As our guest speaker for this initiation ceremony, he will now deliver his charge to the initiates.
It's a genuine pleasure to be a part of today's celebration. There are a variety of honor societies on campus, but I want to confirm that Phi Kappa Phi is among one of the best disciplinary honor societies in the country. It's almost always represented at meetings of the National Collegiate Honors Council. Phi Kappa Phi is distinguished by its commitment to the love of learning. There are many ways to learn, but both as an avid reader and an even more avid author, I particularly associate such learning with books and the printed word. I hope that as you commit to being lifelong learners, you will also commit to being lifelong readers. I hope that some of you will further be able to echo the sentiments of Thomas Jefferson, who once wrote to John Adams in something that I have inscribed in a pillow on in my house, "I cannot live without books." Some individuals are wary of honor societies because they fear they might create an elite. But our goal is not to create an elite, but to recognize and honor those who, through sustained efforts, have distinguished themselves in academia. We routinely celebrate, as a culture, athletes, movie stars, pop icons, and politicians sometimes. It's only fitting that we should also recognize those who excel academically. Being invited to join Phi Kappa Phi is a bit like being invited to the Super Bowl, or, as with our Lady Raiders basketball team, to the NCAA tournament. And if any of you do not already know, they won their first game today over Louisville. Underdogs, we won 71-69. Overcoming a 17-point deficit in the first or second quarter. So I attended the university where Thomas Jefferson studied, and another that he founded. Although both colleges honor him, he was so revered at the latter institution, at least when I attended, that students and professors still called him Mr. Jefferson, almost as though he might be just around the corner. The same Mr. Jefferson who proclaimed in a day of hereditary monarchs that all men are created equal, and who wrote that men were not born with saddles on their backs to be ridden by tyrants, invested most of his life thinking about and creating a system of higher education in his home state. In rejecting an aristocracy of wealth and birth, he celebrated a meritocracy of virtue and talent. MTSU Phi Kappa Phi students continue to show that they belong in such a meritocracy. For more than 15 years, I have now served as Dean of the Honors College, where we strongly support Phi Kappa Phi. We recently worked with a student who earned a prestigious Gates Cambridge Award. She was, by the way, from the College of Liberal Arts, which will give her full study, full tuition, and a generous stipend to get a graduate degree in England. Our students regularly win Fulbright Awards to teach or study abroad. Many MTSU science students, Dr. Van Patten, and others have participated in summer research projects and won distinguished Goldwater Awards. Still others have distinguished themselves through public service. This year we had 3 outstanding applicants, none of whom was born with a silver spoon in his or her mouth, for the National Phi Kappa Phi Scholarship. In the past 25 years, MTSU students, and they only give basically one of these per state each year. It's a little more complicated than that, but that's basically what it is. In the last 25 years, MTSU has won 19 of these full fellowship awards. One, by the way, went to one of my daughters. 10 study abroad awards, 3 love of learning awards, and 2 emerging scholar awards. When the honors program was first established at MTSU just a little over 50 years ago, some individuals feared, much as they sometimes worry about honor societies, that we were merely creating a niche for upper middle class students. They were mistaken. The diversity of life stories from our students and from those in Phi Kappa Phi have shown that instead we have facilitated achievements by individuals from a wide variety of backgrounds. Through the grades they have earned, today's initiates into Phi Kappa Phi have already demonstrated their talents and their work ethics, and we honor them for this. Honors are fleeting. I have flattering here, I guess they're both. But what I want to stress is that they are sometimes fleeting, but I hope that everyone here recognizes that it is far more important to live honorably than to be honored. My parents both passed away not all that long ago after spending most of their lives as public school teachers and church leaders. They helped instill the love of learning in me while raising 4 other siblings and 2 grandchildren, and they lived honorable lives. This is the kind of inheritance that I hope to leave for my daughters and my students, and that I expect today's honorees will also want to leave. When American founding fathers wrote the Constitution, they widened their views beyond their own personal financial interests to think of posterity. They aimed for fame not with a view to current popularity, but in terms of long-term contributions to their nation and to humanity. They were almost uniformly men of deep learning who continued to apply the lessons of life to changing circumstances. We face similar national and international challenges today. They call for similar forward thinking and similar sacrifices. I encourage you to imitate our founding fathers and mothers in continuing to learn and serve throughout your lives. Although getting too full of yourself and acting like a know-it-all can get you into lots of trouble, you can never attain too much knowledge. The fruit of knowledge is very valuable, but if we fail to apply it with wisdom, understanding, and prudence, this fruit will be bitter to our taste and even harmful to our characters. I see that many of you have already acknowledged a faculty or staff member at MTSU who has played a particularly important role in your life. I commend you for this and thank you on their behalf. I encourage you to continue to honor those who have helped you down the path of learning and to serve as a model for others. Just as predecessors have built roads and bridges for you, I hope that you will build roads and bridges for others. Today, however, is a day for celebrating, and I joyfully join you and your families in so doing. May the love of learning continue to rule your lives and that of humanity.
The bylaws of the MTSU Chapter 246 of Phi Kappa Phi, operating within the framework of the Society's bylaws, specify certain conditions to be observed in electing persons to membership. These conditions are summarized as follows. Senior undergraduates shall be in the upper 10% of their class in each college or division. Juniors are drawn from the upper 7.5% of their class. Graduate and professional students who have completed 1 full year of study and are in the upper 10% of all candidates for graduate or professional degrees are also eligible for membership. Faculty, administrators, professional staff, and alumni who have achieved scholarly distinction also qualify for membership. It is fitting that candidates about to be initiated into Phi Kappa Phi know certain facts about the society. In 1897, Marcus L. Uron, a student at Maine State College, now the University of Maine, proposed to his professor an honor society built upon a broader base and with wider purpose than any in existence at the time. At the request of college president Abram Harris, Uron drafted a constitution and a set of bylaws for such an organization. Uron and Harris, assisted by interested professors, succeeded in organizing the Lambda Sigma Eta Society, an academic honor society open to superior students regardless of academic discipline. 10 students were elected to membership that first year. After Uron's graduation, President Harris assumed the responsibility of promoting the society. In 1900, with the strong support from the presidents of the University of Maine, Pennsylvania State College, now Pennsylvania State University, and the University of Tennessee, the society became a national organization. In the same year, the society was renamed Phi Kappa Phi from the initials of the 3 Greek words of its adopted motto. Today, there are more than 325 chapters of Phi Kappa Phi, ranging from Maine to the Philippines and from Alaska to Puerto Rico. There's also a significant symbolism associated with Phi Kappa Phi. The badge of the society is a globe against the background of the sun, whose rays form an expansive corona and radiate in a number of symmetrical and equal concentrations from behind the globe. These signify equivalence among the various branches of learning and represent dissemination of truth as light. Encircling the globe is a band containing the Greek letters Phi Kappa Phi. It symbolizes a fraternal bond that girds the earth and binds the lovers of wisdom in a common purpose. The seal of the society features the badge in its center. The badge is surrounded by a crenellated line that represents the battlements and walls of ancient Troy. In the space between this line and the periphery of the seal appear 3 stars just above the badge, one for each of the 3 original chapters. Below the badge is the phrase founded in 1897. The ribbon of the society is a meander pattern that is common in ancient Greek art and symbolizes the classical features of the society. The first word of the Phi Kappa Phi motto is philosophia. For historical reasons, the society translates this Greek word as the love of learning. The second word of the motto is kriteto, a verb meaning to rule. In our motto, the word has the form of a strong exhortation that calls on us to let the love of learning rule. The last word of the motto is photon. This word occurs in ancient Greek poetry and drama, with reference to mortals in contrast to the immortal gods. In our motto, it refers to all humans, women and men, so we translate it as the word humanity. Thus, in saying the Phi Kappa Phi motto, Philosophia Kriteto Photon, you are calling on yourself and others to let your lives be ruled by the love of learning. Our chapter president will now initiate our new members into the society.
Anna Joyce Collins. Jonathan Magby. Sarah Behem. And Ella Cobb. Adriana Ramirez Speaks. Cameron Stevens. Chuck Golding. And Yvonne Lee. Anu Feyasayo Adekoyo. Oludumiji Samuel Apolayan. Jasmine Crutchfield. Emily B. Harper. Ashley N. Holmes. Xavier D. Kennard. Bobby Rita Johnsy Leslie Rajakumar. Henderson Mills. John P. Powers. Joshua Pryor. Amber N. Swindle. Phoebe LaShawn Wade. May you continue to merit this high honor, never complacent, ever seeking the realization of the Society's motto, let the love of learning rule humanity. Congratulations to you all. Today we also want to recognize our chapter's Phi Kappa Phi Fellowship nominee and alternates. Each year, chapters are invited to nominate a member for the Phi Kappa Phi Fellowship. Nationally, 54 fellowships of $8,500 are awarded, 6 at $20,000 each, and 2 at $35,000 each, to members entering their first year of graduate or professional study. In the past 11 years, 10 of our chapter's nominees have won National Phi Kappa Phi Fellowships. Our chapter members who won went on to advanced studies in science, English, Spanish, animal science, biology, physics, math, chemistry, political science, and economics. Each year we select a nominee and 2 alternates. Our top applicants for 2024 are alternate Diamond Little and alternate Brian Maxwell. This year's nominee is Rachel Boer.
This year, we are also delighted to announce the recipient of our chapter's first ever Phi Kappa Phi Graduate Scholarship. Thanks to the generosity of decades of Phi Kappa Phi members in MTSU Chapter 246, a scholarship fund was established. And I want us all to give a round of applause to Wendy Watts. Wendy is our chapter coordinator. She identified these funds and she proposed the idea that became this scholarship, one that would support our Phi Kappa Phi members and would support our graduate school. So students who are going to stay here at MTSU and pursue their graduate studies. It will be used to provide a scholarship to a member of our chapters, I've said, who is either attending graduate school at MTSU currently or who has applied and been accepted to attend graduate school at MTSU beginning in the summer or fall. This new scholarship in the amount of $1,000 will be awarded annually to one of our students. This year's recipient is Brian Maxwell. Brian is unable to be with us tonight in person, but we have him here in video.
Hello everyone, I'm Brian Maxwell. I'm terribly sorry that I could not be there with you this evening to accept this amazing gift. I just want to say thank you to Phi Kappa Phi, MTSU, the Honors College, and everyone involved with this amazing financial gift that I have been given. I do not take it lightly. It's been an arduous journey for me in education just to get to MTSU. And once I got here, I found that I had an absolute passion for learning, and I did everything I could to put my nose to the grindstone and get all of the information soaked into my brain. And I was honestly a bit sad because I thought that my train of education had come to an end. I did not think that graduate school was in the cards for me. I have 2 children with autism. I have a lot of financial things that go on in life, and it just didn't seem like I was going to make it to graduate school. And then I received the email that said I had been awarded this scholarship from Phi Kappa Phi, and I could not have been happier. I shared it with my family. We all cried. It was a wonderful moment, and I'm going to grad school, and that's all thanks to you. So again, thank you Phi Kappa Phi. Thank you MTSU. Thank you Honors College. We're not going to Disneyland. We're going to grad school.
So the fund that we've discovered has almost enough money in it to become an endowed scholarship. And what that means basically is that when we reach the amount that we need, that the scholarship will create $1,000 that we can use each year. We currently have just shy of $20,000 in this account, and I'm confident that we can raise the additional $5,000 that we need to make this a permanently endowed fund. And so I'm making the appeal to you anyone who wants to support our students and wants to support our Phi Kappa Phi chapter, I invite you to contribute something to this fund, whatever you would like to give. I'm supporting it personally. I know that many people in this room have already pledged to support it, but this is a very achievable goal. We only need another $5,000, and once we get that, we can keep giving to the fund, and we can either increase the number of those scholarships that we give out, or we can increase the amount of the award. One of the things I love about our chapter is that in addition to being able to win these very competitive national awards, we have a very active chapter, and we support our students here, and we are able to give awards to our students like we did tonight, the students who go through a lot of work to apply for the National Fellowship. We can only pick one person to send forward, and I've served on that fellowship committee before, and I know how competitive they are on a national level. They're just as competitive on this campus because we have so many great students. So we have been able to give awards, not just in the form of certificates, but cash awards to our 3 finalists for that award. This is an amazing addition to the awards that we're able to give. So please consider supporting us. At this time, Student Vice President Rachel Boer, a recent honors graduate and soon-to-be graduate student here at MTSU, will recognize the influential faculty who have been selected by our new initiates to be recognized with a certificate of appreciation.
Hello, and congratulations to all of the new initiates. This is a really great accomplishment, and I look forward to working with everyone in the future. Considering I start graduate school in the fall, I want to continue being an active part of this chapter. And so at this time, I will recognize the influential faculty who have been selected by our initiates to be recognized with a certificate of appreciation. When I call your name, please stand until all the names have been called. And then you will be able to come forward at the conclusion of the program for a group picture and your certificate. Kevin Bicker, Kathy Cooper, Paul Craig, Misa Fayazapur, Justin Gardner, Suzanne Hicks, M.A. Higgs, Amy Holt, Allison Lynn, Lucy Matthews, Rachel McGinnis, Leanne McInnes, Dennis Mullen, Greg Nagel, Lori Omohundro, Amy Phelps, Corey Reese, Mark Roberts, Kim Udich Ward, and Chung Woo. Would you please give a round of applause? So at this time, I would like to introduce Catherine Bullock, the MTSU Phi Kappa Phi chapter nominee who received a National PKP Fellowship Award, to now give the closing charge to the new initiates.
Osio, Catherine Doa, Sigale Ale Muskake. Hello, my name is Catherine. I'm Chalaga and Muskake, the Native American nations called Cherokee and Creek. I've just introduced myself to you in the Chalaga language. It's my honor to have been invited to speak to you all as you enter into the Phi Kappa Phi community. I grew up in Smyrna, Tennessee, and began my time at MTSU in fall 2018 as an Honors College Buchanan Fellow. I graduated in May 2023 with 2 bachelor's degrees, biology and clarinet performance, and 3 minors, 1 in university honors, French, and chemistry. I was initiated into Phi Kappa Phi in spring 2020, and I had written that this was my first in-person Phi Kappa Phi initiation, but I forgot I attended one last year as well. My honors research thesis was on molecular mechanisms of early onset Parkinson's disease, and I defended that in November 2022. A few months before graduation last year, I was selected to represent MTSU's Phi Kappa Phi chapter on the national level to apply for one of their competitive graduate fellowships, and I was chosen to be one of the recipients. Currently, I'm finishing up my first year of my PhD in cancer biology at the Washington University in St. Louis School of Medicine. As a first-generation college graduate and an underrepresented student, being selected to receive a Phi Kappa Phi fellowship helped me overcome the financial barriers to attending graduate school that would have otherwise kept me from attending WashU, and it was an immense honor to be recognized for academic achievements. Being a member of Phi Kappa Phi has not only given me support and resources in achieving my academic goals, however, its mission of spreading the love of learning has become a core value in my personal life. It has continued to drive me to be an informed, engaged citizen and to participate in my community. I'd like to impart with you today what I believe it means to let the love of learning rule humanity. Although it may be the path of least resistance, of less burden, we must not be complacent in choosing the path of ignorance. We must continuously strive to keep learning, to keep listening, to keep searching, to be critical of the information presented to us, and to never be afraid to ask questions or challenge the status quo. A deep love of learning stems from the nurturing of one's curiosity. So I encourage all of you to not only nourish your own curiosity about the world, but to foster and encourage the curiosity of others as well. It is my hope for you all that eventually, as you complete your time at MTSU and disperse throughout the world, that you will never forget the power that each of you have to change the world. Congratulations again on your initiation into the Honor Society of Phi Kappa Phi. You are joining a vibrant chapter, which has been awarded the Platinum Circle of Excellence Award by the National Office once again for its high level of activity and service. We invite you to be active members of our chapter to participate in some of our activities, such as the Leadership Library and the Relay for Life, which follows this initiation. Please like us and follow us on Facebook and Instagram, where there will be news and photos. We also encourage you to be on the lookout for email updates from the chapter about local and national scholarships and service opportunities. We would like to thank the University Honors College for continuing to sponsor our Phi Kappa Phi chapter, which has been active on our campus for over 30 years and has produced many Phi Kappa Phi scholarship and fellowship recipients. In conclusion, I charge you to be worthy of the Society's motto, let the love of learning rule humanity. I congratulate you and wish you well.